Welcome back to day 24, and today is about method. It's where method is almost as important as the Japanese itself. So let's get to it. Konnichiwa. Back for day 24, I think it is. So keen to get back to it. And as I look at the transcript from the end of yesterday's lesson, I see you said something, a word I don't recognize, Yokkata. What does that mean before we get into the rest?
Yokkata is a common and handy expression. It basically means I'm glad or that was good. In this case, I was just saying I was happy that things made sense to you. It's a pretty positive little word.
I love it. I'll try to incorporate that into my own vernacular. So, yokata to hear that or to learn that.
Exactly. That's the spirit. Whenever something goes well or you feel relieved, you can drop a cheerful yokkata. So let's keep that feeling rolling today.
Okay, so what do we have on the agenda today?
Let's build on what you've done. We'll reinforce sentences using the particles you practiced, maybe add a couple of new verbs, and if you're game, we can try a slightly longer dialogue flow so you can respond more naturally. That sound good?
That does sound good, but maybe, well, I guess, yeah, we can add some new verbs and try a slightly longer dialogue flow. I was just editing day 18, I think it was. So 5-6 days ago, and maybe 7, whatever it was. And I saw that we had already learned the particle ga, for example. And I feel like just yesterday or the day before, I was saying, I don't think I've learned this before. So obviously some of these things where if I learn it once and then we don't revisit it the next day or the day after, it's not staying in my memory at all. So with that in mind, can you give me a full summary of, okay, 1, all of the particles that we've covered, 2, all of the verbs that we've covered, and then thirdly, sort of any other key pieces of grammar that you think I should be also addressing. So any other categories, I'll let you introduce the extra categories.
All right, let's break it down. First, particles. We've covered wa for the topic, ga for the subject, or for the direct object, ni for direction or time, de for location of action, and not for possession. Second, verbs. We've done taberu to eat, kuru to come, miru to see, kao to buy, and miseru to show. Now, other key grammar. We covered te form for linking actions and polite requests, and how not works for possession. That gives us a solid overview, and we can jump off from there.
I think that we've actually covered more than that as well. Just off the top of my head, we also learned to as a particle to mean something like, what did to mean as the particle?
You're right. We did.
Anata to was to say something about that, yeah. And then we've definitely learned more verbs than that as well.
Exactly. Talk and link nouns like you and I, anata to watashi. And yes, we did more verbs like hanasu to speak or kiku to listen. I'm glad you remembered. So we'll keep these refreshed and we'll make sure repetition stays our ally. Let's build off that more thoroughly today.
I think to meant with, didn't it? Like that's right. It was the phrase I enjoy speaking with you. Something like anata to hanasu ga suki desu.
Exactly. You've got it. In that context, to meant with, like with you. And your example was spot on. Anata to hanasu no ga suki desu means I like talking with you. So you're connecting the dots. Let's keep that momentum going.
Okay, so to make it simple, let's do it one at a time. Just give me all of the particles that we've learned.
All right, we've got wa for the topic, ga for the subject, or for the direct object, ni for destination or time, de for the place of action, not for possession, and to for and or with. Those are the key particles we've covered so far.
Okay, and now give me all of the verbs that we've used.
You've learned several. We've done taberu to eat, iku to go, kuru to come, miru to see, kau to buy, miseru to show, hanasu to speak, and kiku to listen. That's our current lineup of action words.
What about to understand? I know that that was one of them as well. I'm sure that there are still some more.
You're right. To understand is wakaru. We also had nomu to drink and kaku to write. You're recalling them well. We're just filling in the gaps as we go.
Okay, I actually don't remember learning nomu or kaku, but that's fine. They're good to know, so thank you. Okay, so back to the lesson plan then. You wanted to do some quick revision there, or... Yeah, remind me what's next.
Now that we've refreshed the particles and verbs, let's put them into action. I'll give you a scenario. You respond using what we've covered. Particles, verbs, possession if needed. And we'll keep building naturally. Ready to give it a try?
I am. Hi.
All right. Let's imagine you just arrived at a cafe. I'm going to ask you what you'll do there. And you can tell me with a verb and particles. So, at the cafe, what will you drink?
Sumimasen. Orange juice.
You're right on.
Say?
Perfectly done. You've politely said, "Excuse me, orange juice, please." You've got the verb implied there. If you wanted to say, "I will drink," you could add nomimasu. But even as is, you're making sense, and that's progress.
How do you say orange juice in Japanese?
It's pretty straightforward. You'd say orenji juice. It's basically the English word adapted into Japanese. So, orenji juice nomimasu.
Okay, so I drink orange juice is orenji juice nomimasu.
Exactly. That's spot on. You've got the structure down. Keep practicing these patterns, and they'll stick even more. Well done.
So someone in my comments was mentioning that my pronunciation was bad. And I noticed you actually did put a little bit more sort of emphasis on certain sounds there. Should it sound more like orenji juice nomimasai? No, hang on. Nomimasu. Orenji juice nomimasu. Is that better, or does that just sound offensive?
No, it's not offensive at all. In fact, that sounds much more natural. Japanese tends to give equal weight to syllables, and you hit it well there. Keep that rhythm and clarity, and you'll be golden.
Okay, so orenji juice nomimasu.
That's sounding smooth. Keep that up, and soon enough your pronunciation will be as refreshing as that orange juice.
Okay, so while we're still reinforcing constructing sentences, maybe let's go back to the original sort of technique that we were doing, where you give me something to say using words I know, and I have to construct that sentence. Except in this case, you're not just telling me a phrase I've learned to repeat, you're giving me a combination of words that I know, and I need to construct them correctly.
Great idea. Let's do exactly that. Let's say this. At the bookstore, I buy my friend's book. You know these words, so give it a go.
Okay. So I'm going to talk it out a little bit to remember each of the words before I try to say the sentence. Me says the store. Book was, we just learnt it yesterday, I believe. It's like something like don maybe? Like I like reading books a ton. Is that a thing that I said to myself yesterday? Well, I'll find out soon if that's completely wrong. So an at is going to be ni, because it's the whole towards location thing. So the start of that sentence is going to be mise no sorry. Don no mise ni. And then I buy my friend's book. My friend, you did teach me that as well. That was like donashi, or something sounding a little similar to that. I'm sure that's not right. Buy was kao, you just said. So I buy my friend's book is going to be the book of my friend. So don no donashi, and then finally kaumas. Okay, so all together. Mise no ton no mise ni tonashi no mise kaumas des.
I love how you piece that together. Let me help with the details. Book is hon and friend is tomodachi. So the bookstore is hon no mise and your friend's book is tomodachi no hon. You'd say hon no mise ni tomodachi no hon o kaimasu. You did great constructing. Keep practicing and soon all these words will flow naturally.
Okay, I'm just looking at that construction, and I think the first part I had the construction correct, even though it was hon and not ton. So that's right. The phrase I kind of was saying to myself internally for book was, "Honey, I'm going to read a book tonight." I don't know why, but it didn't work obviously because I still thought of ton. Anyway, tomodachi is I was saying tonashi, so it's in a similar sounds a little bit. I didn't use or. So talk me through each step of this sentence from start to finish, and how I should be using or there as well.
Sure. First, you set the location. At the bookstore is hon no mise ni. Next, possession. My friend's book is tomodachi no hon. Now, or marks the direct object. In other words, the thing you buy. So, tomodachi no hon, or. Finally, kaimasu means buy. So the sentence flows, hon no mise ni tomodachi no hon o kaimasu. That or ensures we know the book is what you're buying.
That makes complete sense. I added des on the end. Is that unnecessary or is that strange?
In this case, desu isn't needed. Desu often adds politeness to nouns or adjectives, but your verb kaimasu is already polite. So ending on kaimasu is just right, and leaving off desu makes it smooth and natural.
Got it. Okay, well, we have under a minute left, but maybe give me one more sentence to attempt and then just correct me and we'll wrap up.
All right, let's try I will show you the book. You know show is miseru, book is hon, and you is anata. Give it a go, and I'll fine tune if needed.
Watashi wa anata ni hon ga misemasu.
You did great. Just a tiny tweak. Use or for the direct object. So it's watashi wa anata ni hon o misemasu. That means I'll show you the book. Nicely done overall.
That was almost perfect, but again, I forgot, like you said, I forgot or again. But hopefully that's one step closer to not forgetting it anymore. That's starting to feel good. I think tomorrow I want to keep doing this, keep constructing sentences until I can sort of do a little bit faster, and then maybe we can start adding pieces.
That's a solid plan. Repetition builds fluency. We'll keep refining your foundation until these patterns feel second nature. And once that's smooth, we'll layer in more complexity. Step by step, we've got this.
Okay, until tomorrow then. Domo arigato, mata ne.
Do itashimashite. Looking forward to tomorrow. Mata ne.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Yeah, today, another perfect example of every mistake being one step closer to mastery. So today felt like that. But yeah, more solid steps to just constructing sentences feels good. Until tomorrow. Actually, before I sign off, sorry for taking a few days off, but should be hopefully back to normal scheduling from now on. Mata ne.